The black holes of the internet, the true identity of the founder of Bitcoin, an email sent from the beyond. If you are a big fan of unsolved riddles, this video is for you. Here are the 10 most mysterious riddles of the internet. You've probably heard of Bitcoin, a virtual currency that was released in 2009 and allows you to exchange, buy or sell money quickly on the internet anonymously and without the transaction being traced. But did you know that the identity of the person behind this invention is still enigmatic? To understand it, we will have to take a look at Satoshi Nakamoto. This name may not mean anything to you, but if you were to look it up on the internet, you would know that it is actually just a pseudonym. Indeed, Satoshi Nakamoto is the pseudonym of the person or group of people who developed Bitcoin. To this day, we know absolutely nothing about her, apart from the fact that she was born on April 5, 1975, and that she is of Japanese origin. But again, this assumption is questioned because of the quality of the English that Satoshi uses in her publications. Several people have claimed to be Satoshi Nakamoto. Among them, a man named Craig Wright who, in 2016, claimed to be the designer of Bitcoin. However, the evidence he put forward is not very credible and especially difficult to verify, which means that at the moment neither you nor I know who is behind the Bitcoin project. This story has turned your brain a bit upside down. You still don't have an answer to your question, but as long as you know that Satoshi Nakamoto is a fictional person, it's already very good. You're wandering around the internet, flipping from page to page, trying to find something interesting to look at, until you come across a platform that gives you access to several webcams of people around the world. That's when you notice a strange video showing an Asian woman, appearing inert, in a strange position in the middle of a messy room and surrounded by several signs with messages written in Korean, addressed to her viewers. At first glance, you'd think she's dead, but Chipchan, as she's been dubbed by internet users, moves at times. She spends her days sleeping in uncomfortable positions, and when she wakes up, she remains slumped in her chair, wrapped in her blanket, in front of the computer in a lethargic atmosphere. The mysterious woman has been filming herself in this way, every day, for the past 10 years. Several hypotheses were born from this strange story. Some believe that she is suffering from schizophrenia and narcolepsy, while others believe her version of events, in which she claims that a psychopathic policeman nicknamed P would hold her hostage in the apartment and control her via a chip implanted in her leg. Thousands of questions accompany these theories. How does she support herself? Why is her house a mess? Why does she leave her house in disguise? At this point, no one knows exactly who Chipchan is or what her real story is. A more attractive theory would suggest that she is an unbalanced woman whose deceased parents left her a nice inheritance and that this so-called P would actually be a person hired to take care of her. But again, nothing is confirmed. Case to follow. You're a big fan of the game. What's this? You read Sherlock Holmes and love being given mysteries to solve. One day, while looking for a juicy riddle to solve, you stumble upon a strange message posted on the 4chan website. This message, posted by a certain Cicada 3301, is encrypted. The anonymous user says he is looking for people with great intelligence to decrypt the message hidden in the shape of an insect. Like a treasure hunt, you will then embark on an adventure, like other participants, to try to decipher the famous code. Then, all of a sudden, Cicada 3301 does not follow up on his message and disappears. Until one day, he resurfaces and declares this time that he has found the group of people he was looking for. The most frustrating thing for you is not that Cicada has selected other people than you, but that this whole strange business has no explanation. Indeed, the identity of the person who organized this event is still unknown and it is difficult to bear the lack of an answer. Well, if it makes you feel better, we are as frustrated as you are. Anyway, by now Cicada 3301 must be fooling around with the other cicadas he found. You better do the same. The good thing is that you've been working on your brain for a while now. After all, isn't that what you love about puzzles? You spend a lot of time on YouTube, watching funny videos. That's why you are probably a fan of world reveal videos, without any pretension. But now, when you subscribe to a strange account, you find yourself bombarded every 11 seconds with almost identical videos. Strange slideshows showing different images and slides, on a white background covered with two opaque rectangles in red and blue that overlap. The whole thing is accompanied by shrill and unpleasant background music. If you are more interested in the matter, you will know that after publishing 624,735 videos, the YouTube platform admitted that the mysterious account was actually just a utility channel for internal quality tests and that there was nothing strange about it. Well, now that you know the explanation behind this account, it's possible that you'll be a bit disappointed. But admit it, it still kept you on the edge of your seat for a few minutes. You who love suspense. Now close your eyes and imagine yourself in 2008. You are getting used to the internet, and it has quickly become one of your favorite hobbies. But one day, while trying to send messages to friends, you realize that these messages have not reached their destination. Your data and messages seem to have been caught in a vacuum. While searching for the cause of this malfunction, you hear about this famous black hole, as computer engineers call it. You are not the only one to have suffered from this problem. Researchers are studying internet traffic and trying to find an answer to this mysterious phenomenon, where messages and data disappear without explanation from the radar screens. These black holes can occur at any time, preventing data from reaching its destination. At first, we think that it is a problem with the servers or the connection, but the theory does not hold since the online data cannot disappear, it must be somewhere. This phenomenon intrigues the whole planet to such an extent that giants like Google, hackers, or government agencies do everything to find these famous black holes, but the research does not succeed. You certainly know Reddit, this American community site that gathers thousands of users around the world, with the objective of sharing, exchanging, and voting for links proposed by other users. Maybe you are already registered. If so, you must have heard about the famous A858 code. No? Well then, let's talk about it. In 2011, a Reddit user known as A858DE45F56D9BC9 posted several long passages of coded text on the platform. The code is presumably written in the hexadecimal system, which is the numerical writing that computer programmers are familiar with, or almost familiar with, considering that to this day, no one has been able to decipher the message. I know that the sight of the message hurts your eyes a bit, but if by chance you are a little computer genius, and you like to solve mysteries, here is something to keep you busy during the next vacation. One evening in November 2011, a man named Tim Hart is sitting quietly at home. Sitting on his couch, Tim scrolls through his emails with his fingertips, when his index finger stops on an unexpected email coming from a certain Jack Froese. Tim knows perfectly well the addressee. He is a childhood friend who has just passed away a few months before, because of a heart arrhythmia. Very intrigued, Tim takes the trouble to open it anyway. The message said, "I'm looking at you. Can you hear me? I'm at your house. Clean your attic." Tim then remembers that a few months before that, he and Jack had been in his attic one day, and his friend had laughed at the mess. At first, he thought it was a bad joke, but then he remembered that the cousin of the deceased had confided in him some time later that he had also received an email from Jack a few days after his death. As for Jack's family, they claimed that nobody knew the password to his email address. Let me tell you that Tim hasn't slept since that night, especially since he still has no explanation for this mysterious phenomenon. On the bright side, he has since decided to rearrange his attic to get the corpses out of their closets. If you are still watching this wonderful video, it may be because you are a little geek, you like riddles and mysteries. If you want to solve one, watch the following. Open a web page and type the following address in the search bar: 973-EHT-NAMUH-973.com. At first sight, the site seems ugly and bland. And yet, at the end of this video, it will certainly have made you crazy. In fact, since 2003 this site has been making its visitors paranoid. A single click will take you from page to page, which contains indecipherable words, scary pictures, and strangely arranged series of numbers. The further you go into the site, the more confusing the images and text become. You will find yourself trapped in the infernal spiral of an enigma that has yet to be solved. By dint of advancing through the site, you will come out of it completely disoriented with an excruciating headache, and you will have lost minutes or even precious hours of your life. That's why it's better that you don't do any of this, and that you refrain from entering this vicious circle, since you will certainly come out of it without any result. John Erik Krabikler is the author of a Swedish blog dedicated to new technologies, A Man Without Stories. On October 14, 2015, while opening his mailbox, he finds a DVD arrived from Poland, which contains a disturbing video. So, to find out what the sender has in the back of his head, he asks for help from his internet users by posting a blog entry titled, "This twisted riddle arrived in our mailbox." Filmed in black and white, on a gray background, we see a character dressed in a dark mask, standing in a ruined building. Messages appear furtively with letters, numbers, and images that are superimposed and that let us guess a coded message, the whole on a shrill and chilling noise. The publication creates such a craze that the internet users become passionate about it. They all wanted to know what message was hidden in the montage. Very quickly, internet users were able to decipher the spectrograms of the sounds to discover images of skulls, bloody corpses accompanied by another enigma. The deciphered flashing light revealed the phrase, red lips like 10th, an anagram of kill the president, transformed into GPS coordinates. A series of numbers even led John and his users to recognize the location of the White House in Washington. After the most far-fetched theories were born, the real author of the video decided to lift the veil on his identity. Parker W. Wright, an American living in Poland, finally apologized and claimed to be an artist who wants to wake people up and eradicate the virus of ignorance that the media propagates. So what do you think of these biggest internet mysteries? Which one intrigues you the most? Tell us what you think in the comments. And if you like this video, don't forget to give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell to receive all the notifications.